what's the weakest position on the team after all of this? To me, it's the offensive line still, and you could argue it's not as weak as people think, or it's this or that. It's weaker than it was last year. Pooney improving, yes. McKivitz could improve, sure, but Trent Williams is not improving. Jake Brendel is not improving, and Spencer Burford or Barch is a step down from Aaron Banks, who gave up 1 sack the last 2 years. So to me, it's still the offensive line.
It might be the offensive line depth. I don't know if Ben Barch is a downgrade from Aaron Banks. At least in the game and a half we saw him play, he looked better than Aaron Banks. Now, a small sample size, so who knows how that would look over 17 games.
If he can play 17 games.
If he can play 17 games.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about the wide receivers, man. I really am. I think Ricky looked positive last year, but like, what is he? Is he an X? Like, what is Ricky Pearsall? Like,
I don't think he's an X.
He's not an X.
I don't think so. So like a flanker, I guess.
So who's the X on this team while Brandon Ayuk's not there?
Juwan, who's also not, I mean, he's physical enough to beat the press. It's just that he runs a 5 flat 40. So once he beats the press, he's not really threatening the defense vertically the way Ayuk did.
Right. So without Brandon Ayuk, man, I like.
It's not Cowing. He's 5'8".
Right. Demarcus Robinson is going to miss 3 games, most likely. I don't think it's been announced
Demarcus
yet.
Robinson, I would suppose. I mean, it's Jennings in 2 receiver sets, which is not ideal. And then in 3 receiver sets, it's Robinson, who's super mid. And then you drafted Jordan Watkins, and feels like he's probably going to get the Cowing treatment where he gets 6 targets this year. PrizePicks is sponsoring the Cohn Zone this year. PrizePicks is the leader in daily fantasy and the best place to win cash while watching sports. And the best part about the app is it's really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few players' stats. I'm a Niners guy. So, when I'm doing PrizePicks, I'm looking, the last couple of years, I'm looking at Deebo Samuel, because I know Deebo Samuel better than Deebo Samuel knows Deebo Samuel. So if it's like drops, I'm taking more. Or if it's like punches thrown towards his long snapper on the sideline during the fourth quarter of a game, the 49ers will go on to win, I'm smashing more because I know the 49ers and I'm a PrizePicks guy. Now, maybe they didn't have those exact plays, but they have so many plays that'll make your head spin. And you can play PrizePicks in over 40 states, including California and Texas. Best part about it is the new user offer. PrizePicks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. So win or lose, you'll get $50 just for playing. That sounds like a win to me. Use promo code COHN, COHN, to claim your $50 today. Tell them Grant sent you.
Yeah, I don't really expect much from Watkins. Could be wrong. I don't even really see him playing that much this year. I think we see more from Junior Burgeon at return man, possibly. I don't know, man. Ricky Pearsall and Jawan Jennings are your 2 receivers. I love Jawan Jennings. Don't get me wrong, but he's a possession receiver. He's a blocker. He's not like some dude that's going to just route you up and go deep on you and burn you. Like, they don't really have that guy. So I think I'm
like a tight end. Like, if you put a corner on him, he can block that guy into the end zone. And if you put a safety on him, he can beat that guy man to man. He's a good player, but I almost think of him more as like a small tight end.
Yeah, and I think Andre makes a good point right here. A wide receiver room is full of wide receiver 2s and 3s. That's how I look at it. Even Brandon Ayuk, I really like him. He's a really good wide receiver 2. That's what Brandon Ayuk is, in my opinion. He's one of the best. But they don't have that guy.
Now, to be fair to them, I think part of the reason they have a bunch of wide receiver 2s, I would say like the Chiefs are the same, because they have the best tight end. And when healthy, he should be getting the lion's share of the targets on this team. Like, George Kittle's such a great player, and I feel like you could argue they haven't given him the ball enough in his career, although he's usually hurt. So maybe there's like more to it that we don't understand, and they're trying to manage him and like keep him durable for the rest of the season. But he is their number 1 target. I feel like he might be the biggest mismatch in football. I mean, who can cover George Kittle? You're either too small or not fast enough. He seems like he's usually open. So I understand having like a bunch of complementary players. And like, I think Pearsall and Jennings are both like, I think Jennings is a hell of a number 2. He was seen as like a solid number 3. I think he's a good number 2, even though he's slow. And I think Pearsall has the ability to be a good number 2 as well. So, I mean, it's not terrible. And I do like what they've added at running back. I think moving on from Debo, and look, I love Jordan Mason, but he got hurt and he fumbled. He did. Now you get a guy in Jordan James who never fumbled in college, is a little smaller, but runs like him and was durable. Like I like that pick. And Kiner, I mean, he's got smaller hands than me apparently, but he runs hard too. So gotta like him. Make this your best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Eating well has never been this easy. Just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want. Get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your goals. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. It's easy to savor more this spring. Factor meals factor in the flavor with none of the fuss. Get started at factormeals.com/Cohn50off and use code Cohn50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's Cohn50off at factormeals.com/Cohn50off for 50% off plus free shipping.
One of the pluses, I guess, with the offense and with the receivers is not having Debo. I think is going to open things up for Kyle. Like, is there really even a go-to guy anymore? Which is a good thing. I mean that in a good way, right? Like when Debo was there, there's like, oh, we got to feed Debo. And he wasn't up to the task last season. So not having him there, maybe it's more of like just spread the ball around, which is
more targets for Kittle, more targets for Pearsall, more targets for Jennings, and more for Ayuk when he gets back.
Yeah.
Now, frankly, like when Ayuk comes back, if he makes a full recovery, which he may, I think the meniscus thing makes you wonder, like how's his knee going to hold up long term? Is there going to be bone on bone stuff? But for now, he should be pretty good when he comes back. Ayuk, Jennings, Pearsall, Kittle, McCaffrey, if he's healthy and managed properly and not overused as a running back and used more as like a, Jahmyr Gibbs type. It's pretty good, man. I don't want to hear what I heard last year. Oh, this team is last in separation. Like, no, that's a good 5 eligible receivers on the field. It's good.
Good. They just don't have that guy. You know what I'm saying? And with the Ayuk meniscus, I'll just say this from experience. My son, tore his meniscus senior year, came back, jumped higher than ever, got a full ride scholarship. So
there you go.
I mean, he looks better than ever on his jumping knee. So I
don't know if your son could play tight end at 32, but or wide receiver. But to your point, I think Ayuk should be fine in the short term. I think the question more is like long term. But I don't know anything about medical any stuff or really much in life. But I talk.